Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This short video will present you with a great Islamic scholar in the field of astronomy in the golden age of Islam, namely Abd Rahman Al-Sufi. So, before we get started, do you know what is astronomy? Right, let me explain. Astronomy is a natural science that studies celestial objects and phenomena. It uses mathematics, physics, and chemistry in order to explain the origin and evolution. For example, moons, stars, and galaxies. More generally, astronomy studies everything that originates outside the Earth's atmosphere. While an astronomer is a scientist who studies a field outside the scope of the Earth in either observational or theoretical astronomy. For example, astronomers study including planetary science, solar astronomy, or the formation of galaxies.
So today, we will talk about Abd Rahman Al-Sufi. Who's Abd Rahman Al-Sufi? He is one of the Muslim scholars and his full name is Abd Rahman Abu Hussein Ibn Umar Ibn Muhammad Al-Razi Al-Sufi. He also known in the West as Azafi Arabus. Abd Rahman Al-Sufi born at 7 December 903 in Ray, Iran. And he was died at 25 May 986 in Shiraz, Buyid, Persia when he was 82.
Okay, next, let's move to the life history of Abd Rahman Al-Sufi. Abd Rahman Al-Sufi, or known in the West as Al-Sufi, was one of the most outstanding practical astronomers of the Middle Age. Abd Rahman Al-Sufi lived at the court of Emir Adud ad-Dawlah in Isfahan, Persia, and there Abd Rahman Al-Sufi was working on translating and expanding of Greek astronomical. Other than that, Abd Rahman Al-Sufi made several corrections to Ptolemy's star list, and he also did his own brightness and magnitude estimate, which often differed from those Ptolemy's work.
Let's find out about his contributions in astronomy. He identified the Large Magellanic Cloud, which at the time could only be seen in the Yemeni region, and it can be seen on mainland Europe after Magellan's voyage in the 16th century. He also made the earliest recorded observation of the Andromeda galaxy in 964, he describing it as a small cloud. These were the first galaxies other than the Milky Way to be observed from Earth. He observed the ecliptic plane that is inclined towards the celestial equator. He also makes a very accurate calculation of the time of the tropical year.
Next, he observed and described the stars, their color, and even their position. For each constellation, he prepared two images. One image is seen from the outside and another image is seen from the earth. Al-Sufi also one of the first to describe more than 1,000 different of astrolabes, such as astronomy, navigation, survey, Qiblat, and so on. There are also many results of his struggles that have not been mentioned. Al-Sufi is also one of the most famous astronomers. One of his masterpieces is Kitab Suwal al-Kawakib al-Tabita. In English, it's called Fixed Star. This book describes the layout of the stars that are always in position. Lastly, Al-Sufi published his famous manuscript entitled Book of Fixed Stars, known as Kitab Suwal al-Kawakib al-Thabitha in 964. This book was written in Arabic and was illustrated along with the observation and description of the stars, their position, their magnitudes, and their colors. This book also has a geometrical diagram for determining the direction of the Qiblat and information of the constellation. Nowadays, this book has been translated into French and English and is widely used in several universities including Oxford. And that's all for now. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.